show indeed. This is Expresso and we're live on 3. Now, the Vital Foundation has recently launched Vital Awards, highlighting organizations who are fighting child and women abuse in our communities. Now, one such an organization is the Philisa Abafazi Bethu organization in Lavender Hill. And Vicky went to go and pay a visit.
There was a time when the police station was the only bastion of hope for abused women and children in Lavender Hill. But the community decided to take matters into their own hands. And one inspiring individual who's doing exactly that is Lucinda Evans. Let's go meet her.
Lucinda named her organization Philisa Abafazi Bethu, a Xhosa phrase meaning heal our women. Her efforts won her the very first Vital Award.
Lucinda, tell me a bit more about your organization. What motivated you to start it?
6 years ago, I quit my job and it was very traumatic. I came down the road and there was a couple fighting and this guy was kicking and beating this woman and there was a crowd standing. Nobody did anything, and because I was angry at my boss, I jumped up and I asked him, what are you doing? Why are you hitting this woman? And then she jumped up and she said, it's none of your business. And I said, well, today I'm making it my business. And then I came home and Frank opened the garage and I said, you know what, I want to start a project. I want to work with women that are victims of violence and that they are abused and they don't even realize that they are abused, and that is how we started the project.
How is the organization making a difference in the lives of the women and children in the community?
For 6 years being here, we've notoriously known as the women in this community that take no nonsense from men that abuses women. And it's nice because the community reports abuse. And in one situation where we have one of our women in the informal settlement that has been in a violent situation, she tried to commit suicide. She came to our project, and after working with her 3 years, she has become a volunteer. She turned her life around and she's now facilitating workshops at our organization as a volunteer, working with youth. And it is amazing how from being a victim to now being a survivor and giving back in services to our community as well.
What is your mission and what do you still hope to achieve in the future?
Well, I hope in the future that I will be able to have a family center where both men and women can come for counseling and support and skills development training. Because we find that with many women that are empowered, men feel disempowered. That doesn't address the violence. If we really want to address violence against women, we need to start working with men as well. And so I hope in the near future I will have a center where both men and women can come for help and support.
You've been awarded 35,000 Rand from the Vital Foundation. What are you going to use it for?
We're going to buy much needed arts and crafts equipment for the ladies that are already been skilled. They do not have a starter kit to start the activities because they're going to run a co-op entrepreneurial program. So this is what the money would be invested for.
There's currently a 60% unemployment rate in Lavender Hill, contributing to the problems of violence, drug use and gangsterism.
The violence in Lavender Hill is very hectic, yeah. The kids are standing up against their parents, gang shootings, and drugs is playing a big role here.
The abuse is very emotional here in our area because of the drugs, the drug, the gang-related, the abuse of men, the abuse of children who's abusing their families and the parents, and it's very emotional.
We as the 42 women that's in the program, we will go back to the community and we will empower them to help the rest of the community.
We have an emergency safe house which we provide services for victims of violence, and we run 7 days a week. And any forms of donations would be appreciated. We have issues with transport. We don't have enough transport. So if people are willing to donate us a vehicle, we would be happy. But also just toys and books and educational toys for the after-school program.
To find out how you can nominate an organization that is helping in the fight against women and children abuse in your community, visit www.vitalfoundation.co.za.
Make abuse a thing of the past. Nominate an organization that fights abuse so they can win 35,000 Rand from the Vital Awards.
Truly heartwarming stuff, and as always, we will continue to support the Vital Foundation in their work to help communities and, of course, organizations out there help build a better South Africa.